You know, there's a moment in every woman's life when she looks around her space and realizes, this is mine. The quiet is hers, the mess is hers, the order is hers, the freedom is hers. And yet, along with that freedom comes a subtle question. Am I truly okay on my own? Society has long whispered that a woman alone is somehow incomplete, like a puzzle missing its final piece. But I want you to hear me when I say this. You are not incomplete. You are whole, powerful, and capable right now. Living alone isn't a placeholder until someone arrives. It's a stage of life rich with lessons, strength, and self-discovery. Think about it: when you live alone, you learn things no book or movie could ever teach you. You discover your ability to solve problems, your power to create joy, and your capacity to handle challenges with grace. Living alone as a woman is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. So today, let me share with you things no one tells you about living alone as a woman. And I promise, once you hear them, you'll never see solitude the same way again. When you first live alone, the world feels different. Suddenly, protection is no longer an external concept. It's not something someone else provides for you, it's something you build for yourself. At the beginning, this shift can feel overwhelming. Every sound at night makes you pause. You check the locks twice, maybe 3 times. You think twice about walking into your apartment late in the evening. The first few weeks are a training ground for your instincts. But here's the part no one tells you. What starts as fear slowly turns into empowerment. You buy your own locks, you set up your own safety systems, and you learn to listen to your intuition more deeply than ever before. The world doesn't stop being unpredictable, but you stop feeling powerless. This kind of independence builds confidence that bleeds into every other part of your life. You start saying no in situations that don't feel right. You walk taller in public because you trust your judgment. You stop waiting for someone else to handle it and discover you're more than capable of handling it yourself. And that's the beauty of this truth. Living alone doesn't make you more vulnerable, it makes you more aware. Awareness leads to action, and action builds strength. You stop seeing yourself as someone who needs protection, and instead, you recognize yourself as the protector. Most people are terrified of silence. They drown it out with TV shows playing in the background, endless scrolling on social media, or constant phone calls. But when you live alone, silence isn't optional, it's your new roommate. At first, it can feel uncomfortable. You sit with your dinner and realize it's just you. No conversation, no distractions, just the sound of your own thoughts. And that can be scary because for the first time, you're forced to hear yourself. But here, the secret. Silence is one of the most powerful teachers you'll ever have. In silence, you begin to notice the patterns of your mind. You notice when you're being harsh on yourself. You notice the dreams you've been burying under busyness. You notice what brings you peace and what drains you. Living alone gives you the chance to actually listen to yourself. And from that listening comes clarity. You start making decisions not from noise or pressure, but from a place of alignment. You learn what you truly enjoy, not what others tell you to enjoy. You start to know who you really are. And once you build that relationship with silence, you stop fearing loneliness. You realize solitude isn't punishment, it's space for growth. You stop needing constant validation from others because you've validated yourself by listening and responding to your own needs. Silence also sharpens your creativity. Some of your best ideas will come while you're cooking alone or sitting quietly in your room. That's because your brain finally has the room to breathe. So no one tells you this, but silence becomes your ally, not your enemy. It teaches you patience, self-awareness, and presence. And once you can be comfortable with your own company, you'll never again settle for people who make you feel alone even when you're with them. When you live with others, it's easy to lean on them for the little things. Fixing a light bulb, carrying the groceries, calling the plumber. But when you live alone, all of that falls on you. At first, it feels like pressure. You might panic when something breaks or doubt yourself when a task feels too much. But here, where the magic happens, you start figuring it out. You learn to make that phone call. You learn to assemble the furniture. You learn to cook for yourself, manage your finances, and run a household without waiting for someone else's approval. Each small success becomes a brick in the foundation of your independence. And the more you do, the more you realize you're capable of almost anything. This doesn't just make you practical, it makes you powerful. Because independence isn't about rejecting help, it's about knowing you don't need it to survive. This kind of independence seeps into your identity. You stop questioning whether you can handle life on your own because you're proving it every day. You become resourceful, adaptable, and resilient. And those qualities make you unstoppable in every area, from your career to your relationships. So the truth is, independence isn't something you read about. It's something you earn through action. Living alone forces you to build it, and once you have it, no one can ever take it away. Let's be honest, there are moments of loneliness when you live alone. A Friday night when everyone else seems to be out. A holiday when your family is far away. Those moments sting. But here's what no one tells you. Those same moments also hold freedom. You can cook whatever you want. You can stay up late working on your dream project. You can dance in your living room at 2 a.m. with no one to judge you. Loneliness and freedom exist side by side like dance partners. Sometimes loneliness takes the lead, but often freedom sweeps in and reminds you that you're not missing out, you're gaining something priceless: choice. The key is learning to embrace both, to see loneliness not as failure but as an invitation to reach out, to build community, or to enjoy your own company, and to see freedom as a reward, proof that you're living life on your own terms. So yes, loneliness is real, but it doesn't last. Freedom, once you taste it, is addictive, and it teaches you that your life is yours to design with or without someone by your side. People often confuse strength with never needing anyone, but real strength is different. Real strength is knowing you can stand alone and still choosing connection when it enriches your life. Living alone forces you to redefine strength. It's not just about fixing things or paying bills. It's about emotional resilience. It's about learning how to soothe yourself when you're sad, how to motivate yourself when no one's watching, how to pick yourself up after a rough day. You discover that strength is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about knowing that even when you stumble, you can rely on yourself to get back up. And here's the beautiful irony. When you know your own strength, you stop needing to prove it. You stop performing toughness for the world because your confidence is quiet and steady. That's the kind of strength that transforms your relationships too. You no longer cling to people out of fear. You choose them out of desire. You don't need saving, you're already whole. And that's what makes your connections healthier, deeper, and more real.